And right now we are in first place, half a game above the Portland Trailblazers. And right now we're going to take on the Detroit Pistons in Detroit. And they got Jerry West, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Chris Bosh, Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Paul, Rip Hamilton, Sinka, Harper, McDaniels, Chambers, Hughes, Dang. I don't know who about four of those dudes were, but that starting lineup looks beastly. Oh, and it's the old school Chris Bosh, the one from the Toronto Raptors. So this is going to be interesting. You know, I had to talk about Liangelo Ball. What were you thinking? You know, it's interesting. I got a psychology degree, so I automatically, when I see things, I automatically ask, why did that person do it? Like, I tried to understand from their perspective, like, what are you thinking? And either A, he just didn't think it would be that big of a deal. Like, he thought he would get away with it and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Or B, this is a classic middle kid needs attention. You know, like, it's interesting. I have two daughters. I have one who is very extroverted, like super extroverted. Like, she has to be the center of attention at home. I have another daughter who is painfully introverted. Like, we most of the time we think something's wrong with her because she literally does not want to hang out with you. And she's fine. You know, she's got a few like delays, but she's basically fine. But it's interesting because she's so quiet and keeps to herself, we normally have to go out of our way to give her attention. And whenever we do that, my oldest, who is the extroverted one, she just automatically, she'll do something to get our attention. She'll jump up and down. She'll do something she's not supposed to do. And it's because she's not getting attention. And it's very clear that Liangelo was the least talked about, the least publicized. I mean, his dad even went on record saying he's not going to make it into the NBA. Like, that's got to be kind of tough. Like, if a regular dad were to say that, I don't think that's no big deal. But when your dad, who has gone on record saying, you know, your older brother is better than Steph Curry, your younger brother is going to be better than him, and then he says, yeah, but you're not even going to make it to the league. That's tough. That's tough right there. And so, I mean, obviously shoplifting isn't how you should get attention, but you got to think the kid is just craving attention, something. I don't think this was the kind of attention he wanted, but what are you thinking? Now, as of right now, they are the three guys involved in the shoplifting. It's really interesting because at first they were going to they could have faced anywhere from 3 to 10 years in prison. Then Donald Trump got involved as the Chinese president. Is it president or prime minister? I'm not sure. Is it emperor? I have no idea about the Chinese government. But basically, Donald Trump asked their leader, hey, give us help on this one. Throw me a bone here. Let these guys free. Let my people go. I'm trying to get me some ZO2s, and they're way too expensive, especially with him playing like this. I didn't even think about that. Think about this. People are paying $500 for shoes that from a person who's like the worst shooter in the league, literally. Man, that's crazy. Welcome to America. You can be the worst shooter in the league and sell your shoes at 4 times market price. Only in America, right? But anyway, Donald Trump got involved, got these guys released, and all the charges were dropped, so they're not going to face any charges in China. And they're back here in America now. They had a press conference yesterday, I believe. And as of right now, they are suspended indefinitely. And the news is that the school is mulling between half a season suspension or a whole year suspension. What do you guys think? Do you think Liangelo Ball should be suspended for a whole year, for a game, 2 games? Some people think he should be expelled for this. And one of the rationales I heard for it was because Under Armour, who makes the UCLA jerseys and all their gear and everything, they do not like the balls, particularly the dad, LeVar Ball. And when one of your biggest, contributors to the university has an issue with something, you take notice. Like you don't just ignore that. And so one person was saying just expel him because this is your opportunity to, cut ties with him and cut ties with the balls. And you already got the best one. It's no big deal. So it's an interesting take. I think the school is doing the right thing, suspended them indefinitely and really taking their time, because you don't want to be too emotional in this decision. Like, you don't want to do something too harsh, but you also don't want to do something too lenient. I mean, it is shoplifting, it is a crime, it is stealing, and apparently they stole from 3 or 4 different stores. And to make it worse, this was international. So this wasn't just like, off campus or right on campus, the student, union or something like that. This was international in another country. When you're representing the school, the university, and you go and steal from them. So it's pretty interesting. I think the university is doing the right thing, but what do you guys think? I think you got to take your time on this. Don't make an emotional decision. You do need to set precedents, though. Like, you got to make sure, like, people know. And I don't think most kids will ever do this, to be totally honest. But you got to make sure and send a message to both your students and also the people who are backing you. Like, they need to feel great about your program. And UCLA is not what UCLA used to be. I mean, I still believe the greatest basketball coach of all time is John Wooden. My top 2 are John Wooden, Greg Popovich. I also really liked Dean Smith. Dean Smith was a good one. Coach K. But I would say my top 3 are John Wooden, Greg Popovich, and Coach K are my top 3 favorite and I think best basketball coaches of all time. Dean Smith is up there. Roy Williams. Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens is up there. We're going to talk about the Celtics in another video, but Brad Stevens he's a really good coach as well. But UCLA is not what it used to be by any means. UCLA used to be the team to beat. I mean, goodness, John Wooden won 17 championships. So UCLA is definitely not what they used to be. They got a long way to go to repair their image. I mean, they're always going to be UCLA. Like, it's always going to be UCLA, but they're not nearly as dominant. I mean, for the past couple years, what's it been? Oregon, Washington. Those have really been the teams to beat in the Pac-12. Shout out to my Ducks, man. I think we have almost everyone who graduated or who left for the NBA is on an NBA team right now. So you got Jordan Bell in Golden State. You got Dylan Brooks in Memphis. You got Chris Boucher. He's on a 2-way contract for Golden State. And, Ennis. Ennis is not playing for a team. But Tyler Dorsey plays for the Hawks. So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see them play. We had a really good freshman. I forget his name, but the white guy who's really good for us last year. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do this year. But yeah, man, what do you guys think of Liangelo Ball? But let's get into this gameplay. As you guys see, 113 to 109. We're down by 4. About 5 minutes left to go in the game. And we're just working around, getting Steph Curry open. And he's going to get that. It's 112 to 113. So it's going to be pretty interesting as this game winds down. This was a fun game. This was a game obviously a lot closer than that Brooklyn Nets game for sure. Way closer. As you see Steph Curry getting the layup right there, tying it at 116. So this is a very good game right here. As you see, it's anybody's game. Inside of 2 minutes, we're down by 2. We got to get this one somehow. And Wilt Chamberlain's going to get the layup and the double-double. We're still down by 2. We're going to kick it over to Wilt. And he's going to get it again. And it's 122 apiece. Now down by 2 with about 48 seconds left to go. Going to inbound it to Jordan. Get the pick from Draymond. And give it back to Draymond, who's going to get the layup. And we're tied at 124. So this game is coming right down to the wire. So now Pistons on the inbounds. They're going to go to Jerry West, who goes over to Jordan, who's going to get that one to go. And that was a complete defensive breakdown. So we got to figure something out right here. Curry with a nice crossover over Wilt, who can't get it. Back out to Durant. And he can't get the 3. 2K was definitely hating on me on that one. That should have been all the way in. But I'm an average shooter in this game. Like, I'm not terrible, but I'm definitely not great. Average. You give me a C plus when it comes to shooting. See, as you can see, obviously. So that's going to be the game for us. Just about. And the Pistons are going to get a win right here. So we are definitely no longer going to be in first place in the West. So we'll see how the standings shake up. And I'll get you your stats right now. But hey, if you like the video, make sure you like it. Subscribe if you're new. I do a 35,000 VC giveaway every week to the most engaged subscriber. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you dislike. Tell me what you want to see more of. Tell me what you want to see less of. And you can have a chance to win 35,000 VC. And I'll see you next time. Peace.